Good rising, brethren. This is Big Judah coming to you guys from California. Before I begin, give all praises to the Most High, Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother, who is wisdom, who is the Holy Spirit. Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. Pray that the Most High blesses this lesson this afternoon, gives more knowledge and understanding of the events of the past, in order to understand the events that are currently happening on the earth. So we get a much better understanding of things that are soon to come on the earth. Brethren, I was doing a little more reading and studying today. Found something, like I said, just absolutely amazing how these so-called experts have just been throwing out all of these theories and presenting them as facts. I mean, and many of these theories are just so outlandish, it's getting to be absolutely ridiculous. And the fact that, you're going to see some, in one paragraph, you're going to see out of this book here real quick, how ridiculous this information, how their understanding is, the lies and that they've been perpetrating this entire time. We're going to talk about zero. That's what we're going to be getting into right now. The whole concept of zero and who actually had it and who didn't have that concept. And it's huge because it lets you know that one half the world actually had the concept of zero, and the other half the world, or the three parts that we're going to be talking about, did not have the concept of zero. So you're going to see how they kind of just figure that out, or how they try to hide that information. But there's a lot of concepts that the three parts did not have. And now that we're at the end, like I said, the Most High is helping us to dream big. He's dreaming us. We need to dream big, and that's why we're going to be pulling up the skirt of the at the end times here. We're going to pull up the skirt of Babylon that has not been touched, that has been able to just come up with all of these ridiculous ideas, these ridiculous theories, and no one challenges them. And when anyone ever did before, if anyone ever challenged them before, they would lose their position. They would lose any opportunity of higher advancement in that field, or they would just be ignored like we were before. But now we know that, as prophecy had said, as we rise and we get more knowledge and understanding, our numbers grow. They fall off. And that's exactly what's happening. Even though, they try to hold numbers down, make things seem like it's a certain way, or there's only a certain amount of people that will watch the videos or whatever else, we know the truth. It doesn't matter what they show us. I wouldn't have it any other way. I said, they're going to hide numbers, hide facts. That's what they've always done. And now you're going to see how they hid the whole concept of zero. It's not going to take very long, but it's going to be very powerful nonetheless. We're just going to start here at the bottom here, okay? Many historians of mathematics hold that the concept of zero so noticeably absent from Roman numerals, okay? So the Romans didn't have it, all right? Greeks didn't have it, all right? Occurred first among the ancient Mayas. So that when they came over here is when they got introduced to the concept of zero. But check this out. They tell themselves right here. But others believe that the honor of this momentous discovery belongs to the Babylonians. Okay, all right. Who very early signified nullity by a blank and later introduced a special character corresponding to our zero. What happened to the Babylonian concept of zero after that is not yet known. So all of a sudden, supposedly Babylonians were over there, in the so-called Middle East, over that way, and they had the concept of zero. But then all of a sudden, this concept just disappeared. That's what they're saying. The whole knowledge of this just disappeared. Okay. And it says, what happened to the Babylonian concept of zero after that is not yet known. Zero appears to have been forgotten until somehow it reappeared centuries later among the Mayas, and later still in India. So someone came up with this theory a long time ago. Now, see, we know who taught the Egyptians, who you guys love to, claim to fame to. The rest of the world, especially the Gentiles, love to talk about how all these things, and actually they talk about that a little bit earlier in this book. I might make a couple more videos um, about Egypt and how they hold up Egypt in such high regard. And they talk about Egypt being well, I'm not even going to get into that one. Let's just stick with this one right here. But they're saying that it just disappeared and then somehow miraculously just pops up over here in the Americas with the Mayans. So they're not giving any credit to the mother civilization, which would have been the Olmecs. The Olmecs were way longer than all these other groups. And all these other groups here flourished from that civilization. They're talking about they don't even know how far back the Olmecs go. And they were also talking about how, it just popped up like this information. It wasn't like they just slowly, gradually grew, that this information was already with them. Now, we already know that Abraham taught the Egyptians. They did not have any of this knowledge and understanding until Abraham taught them. Now, this information was the Babylonians didn't have this information first. The Egyptians got it from the Hebrews. The Egyptians got it from Abraham, from the chosen seed. And then they were getting that from Enoch because he was taught all this information before. But the whole fact is that them saying that, okay, Babylon was over there, so somehow they just lost the whole concept of zero. Now, if the Babylonians were over there, they would have been, trading and doing certain things, and they would have been using their information. But the fact that they didn't have any of that means that more than likely, I mean, you just, go with me here, it would make much more sense then that Babylon, as in UBTV, he had that video, talked about how Babylon was actually over here in the Americas, because then that information would have just been passed down, or Babylonians would have probably gotten it from the Hebrews that were already over here, because they were the ones that were given all these, great math concepts. They were the ones that were building the pyramids. Okay, they were the ones that were in charge of all this stuff, and there because the Most High had given them that information. They had a great astronomical knowledge as well, math. So it makes much more sense that all that was happening over here. So now, if you find out where zero is, where that whole concept is, that would make sense then that a lot of those things that were happening, as we've already talked about in the scriptures, were actually happening over here. And even if you get into math and the concept of zero, there you go. Seems like more likely that it happened over here. But what do you guys think? Does it make any sense? It makes less sense that it was over there and then it just disappeared and then just reappears over here when they love to say that no one was here. I mean, that goes against their whole story that there was no one here and these are just free land, open lands, and anything pre-Columbus or anti-Columbus, as they like to say, or whatever, um, doesn't count, doesn't matter. Yeah, we know why you guys say it doesn't matter, because you guys are going to steal all that information and take it over to your lands over there and make it sound like you guys came up with it. But the fact that you didn't even have the concept of zero, and that was a big thing that you guys learned when you guys came over here with the Mayans. And then you guys want to say that the Babylonians had it, well, because you guys are always trying to make it sound like everything came from over there. But see, now you guys are just cutting off your nose to spite your face, because now, nothing you guys say is making any sense. Nothing that you guys say, the Gentiles, all the rest of the nations, nothing holds water. They even had that conversation before, the people of the East Indians had it. So it's all starting to make more sense, and the Most High is quickly bringing down all their lies. And it's like, if they're going to lie about this, lie about the whole concept of zero, they're like, oh yeah, we had that. I love that with them. Oh, you guys have the concept of zero? Oh yeah, we had that over there. The Babylonians had it. Anything that we have over here, you guys supposedly had over there first. Oh yeah, you guys have archaeoastronomy over here. Oh yeah, we have that over here with the Celts, with the English. Yeah, okay. And they always try to make it seem, because the people that are, in these lands today, everywhere, have been there and never moved for thousands and thousands of years. So when you see a Celt, there's you think about so-called white people. I said a brother of mine sent me a picture of a book. I don't know if anyone out there has it or can get a hold of it, But it went along with that story, with that show that they were talking about the Celts coming over here and bringing over their Mithraism and all that other stuff. The book is called The Black Celts. I've been looking all over the place for this book and I can't find it anywhere. It says it was an African civilization in Ireland and Britain by Ahmed Ali. Been looking all over the place for this book so we can kind of, kind of shut that whole thing because they always love to talk about the Irish and how they had it just like us. But we know which, it was the black Irish. We know it wasn't these Irish that you're talking about today. There might be some of our people mixed in with them. I get that's definitely a possibility. But they always love to try to make it seem as if, they always try to diminish everything that we've gone through and make it sound like everyone's gone through it. But that's neither here nor there right now. If anyone can get a hold of that book or a PDF, please let us know, maybe in the concept in the comment section. But like I said, now here we go, another one. We hit them again with this one here with the whole zero, because everything in this book, it's a really great book. Thanks to subscriber to send it to me. I really, really appreciate it. Because there's a lot of great information I'm going to be bringing out to the nation. I said this is going to help the nation even more to bring down the lies that we've been taught. Because it's nothing but a whole bunch of theories. These guys just come up with all these theories. They kind of just wrap it around with some grandiose vocabulary and make it sound like they're just so studious. And then we should just listen to everything that they say because they said it. So they just said this too, that yeah, hey, we come over, the Spanish get over here, talk to the Mayans. They show them all these great things that they had. Oh yeah, we had that over there too. Oh yeah, we had that over there in our house too. He says just Mr. Me Too all day long. But that stuff's not going to work anymore. So because the Most High is now opening our eyes super wide to be able to see how much garbage you guys have been just shoving down our throats, and the people here aren't going to take it. You got the 2/3 that are going to still keep listening to you and talk about how great everything is here and hoping that everything gets better so we can get back to normal. I said, but the Most High's chosen people, yeah, we want our normal. We want normal. We want the Most High's normal. We want big dreaming, big ball in Hebrew. That's what we want. That's what we're looking for. And our Father's, ready to give it to us very soon at your expense. All praise is to the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother, who is wisdom, who is the Holy Spirit. Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. Shalom.